Hi.
Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to another NC Fit Club team Zoom call. It is what is tonight? Tuesday. Tuesday, September the 15th, 2015, and we are excited to have back with us the amazing Krystal Karmatz, who was here a couple weeks ago, and you guys loved her so much, and you heard her talk about building her business exclusively through social media. And the outpour of the crowd was like, please bring her back. Can she please do some social media training? And she was nice enough to agree. So, Krystal, thank you so much again for giving us your time. And I'm going to turn it over to you because it is your show.
All right. Awesome. Thank you so much. I'm really honored to be back on with you guys and speaking again. I'm really excited to share like this super good, meaty information. Because as you know, as I explained, that this has changed. Social media has changed how I've grown my business and how I've grown my network. Um, and that's really what I'm going to be talking about today is teaching you guys how to grow your network, because last time I talked about attraction marketing and attracting people to you through your social media. So we've already talked about what content you can be posting. Now I'm going to share with you how you can be growing your network through social media. But before I go into this whole thing, I kind of want to amp you up and get you motivated and inspired to just be more and do more and not work harder, just work smarter. I'm like a huge believer of there's no reason to work harder and make your wheels spin, but working smarter. So I'm going to kind of get you amped up for a second because I want to talk about goals. And it's all going to flow together. And I know that I don't know how many of you are new coaches or seasoned coaches. It doesn't matter. This is going to go for everyone. And I know that setting some crazy goals can be scary, but you got to set a destination before you can even take the car out of park. You have to know what direction you're going and how you're going to get there. So goals give us this huge vision. It opens the door so that you can start seeing outside your box. And it feels good. It feels good to dream big. It feels good to set big goals. Setting goals, you guys, if you're not doing this, setting goals are going to make you feel confident, empowered like a leader. It's going to make you feel possible. One of my all-time favorite books, personal development books, is called Goals by Brian Tracy, and I recommend it to all of my new coaches. I have read it and listened to it because I got a different perspective when I listened to it. So it'd be a really great idea if you added that to your personal development library. But let's get back on track. Goals are the first step into getting everything you want, but faster. Okay? It's kind of like social media. Social media grows your business faster than face-to-face, but you got to set your goal first. If you think small, you're only going to reach small goals. So I want you right now, without a doubt, I want you to commit to me, a stranger that you don't know. I want you to commit to your amazing upline coach that you are going to commit to big thinking, big goals, and just being big-minded while listening to the social media training. I want your goals to make you nervous. I want them to make you excited. I want them to make you scared. I want your goals to be so big that you're more afraid of not reaching them than fear itself. Be bold. Stop worrying about, well, I'm a new coach. I hear that all of the time. I'm a new coach. I'm scared to post to my social media. I'm scared that people are going to judge me. I'm scared of what people might think. Stop worrying about it. I want you to start focusing on being the person you want to be in the next 3, 6, 9 months. Who do you want to become in the next 1, 3, 5 years? Imagine that you have this unstoppable ability to achieve anything you could ever set your mind to. How cool is that? Like, I always get goosebumps thinking about this stuff, like, oh my gosh, like the vision of Beachbody and what I can do, it just gives me goosebumps. So some of my biggest tips for when you're goal setting and thinking big are, I just got a couple of them. Refuse to make excuses. Don't you dare allow yourself to give up on yourself. You are bigger, smarter, stronger, more capable than that. And I know that you might be tired. It is 8:00 at night right now. I could be in a bubble bath, watching raunchy TV and going to bed. You know what I mean? But no, I'm showing up here because this keeps me motivated. So you might be tired. It might be late. Maybe you haven't eaten. You'd rather go out with friends. You don't feel motivated, whatever the excuse. But just like working out, you will not see results with excuses. Just like working out, you are not going to attract coaches and grow your business without using social media. Excuses are dream killers. They're result killers. Excuses keep us in a bubble, and we don't achieve anything worthwhile in our bubbles, you guys. Our bubbles are comforts of excuses. Number 2, get over the opinions of others. You gotta have thick skin as a Beachbody coach, and Todd can tell you this. You're gonna hear no every single day. Your family, your friends, people that you thought were your best buddies, they might not agree with what you're doing. But seriously, do other people pay your bills? So should they have a say in how you plan to achieve your goals and work for it? Like, should they have a say in how you provide for your family? Should they have a say in how you want to better your life? Absolutely not. Do not let your self-image be dictated and determined by the way others speak to you and how others view you. And to be super honest with you guys, not to hurt your feelings, but people really aren't concerned with you anyway. They're really not, I promise. And it doesn't even matter how high of a rank you get as a coach. They're really not that concerned with you. So don't worry about what people think anyway. If they have something negative to say, if they have a negative comment, that's their own issue. That's their own belittling behavior. You don't have time for it. Look at this amazing, positive family and community you have around you. Stay with that. Do not let negativity and the thoughts and the viewpoints of other people bring you down. Stay strong, because guess what? You are stronger than people who run their mouths. Do not let other people's opinions affect you, your goals, and where you're going with this business. Number 3, you and only you are responsible for your success. There's no blame game when it comes to being a Beachbody coach. There's no blame game when it comes to reaching your goals. You either do it or you don't. You have to accept complete responsibility of your life and your actions, and that's when you're going to start seeing amazing changes happening within your journey. Every time you blame others for not achieving your goals, every time you blame your upline coach for not giving you the proper tools, you're making an excuse for not getting your work done. All you are doing is stealing your own full potential. You are giving your power away when you blame others for not succeeding. And then you're going to feel negative, weak, angry. You're going to want to quit. You're going to want to throw in the towel, and you're going to want to say a whole bunch of words I'm not going to say right now because I'm not going to offend anyone. But that's what's going to happen. Who wants that? You choose. You decide from this moment forward. You see yourself as a CEO. You view yourself as being in complete charge of your life. You view yourself as being in complete charge of your emotions, your actions, your business, and your success. If you are not happy with your current situation and your current income, change it. Decide to earn more. Set a goal, make a plan, get busy with the activities, and change the situation you might be in. What you do today will dictate your income tomorrow. So with all the pep talk and all that stuff that I just gave you, that whole goal thing, let's get to the meat of this. Let's get to social media, because one of the most important parts to building a business is building your network. And it doesn't matter if you own a restaurant or whatever, you need to build a network, but you need a goal in mind. You got to know where to start. And like I said in the beginning, you need to start the engine, set the destination before you take the car out of park. So building your network. Here we go, you guys. Hope pen and papers are ready. When you sign up for any network marketing company, doesn't matter what it is, there are a ton of shiny objects that distract you and they get in the way, and it can be super overwhelming. And even for me at times, I will sit down at my computer or open my phone, I'll open my browser, I'll go to Facebook, I'll go to Instagram, and I'm like, oh my gosh, where do I start? What do I do? Like, do you guys ever feel like that? What should I be doing first? Where should I begin? And it can be intimidating to see everything you have to do, like blogging and like pages and YouTubing and Instagram and Twitter and Facebook and everything like that. It's a lot to take in. It's a lot to absorb. You feel like you need to do all of it overnight so you can be successful, so you can hit Success Club, so you can become Diamond, so you can be Elite, so you can be Premier. You feel like you got to tackle all of these things at once. And I'm here to tell you right now, that's not the case. I'm going to give you step by step of what you should do first to what you should do last. We're busy. We're moms, we're dads, we have full-time jobs, we got things going on. We have lives to uphold. So my first thought when I was a new coach, literally with the first 8, 9, 10 months, I thought to myself, well, if I don't learn it all in 2 days, I'm not cut out for this, and I guess it's just not gonna work for me. I'm not gonna do social media. Just not gonna do it. Not my thing, not cut out, can't do it. And guess what? I ran out of people to talk to. Literally ran out of people to talk to. When I signed up as a coach, I think I had about at most 300 friends on Facebook. I don't even remember, 200 to 300 friends on Facebook. That's it. It was just high school friends, college friends, family. That's it. And yes, those 300 people kept me motivated for a little bit as a coach. But my problem was I started exhausting that list. I started exhausting, and I started becoming that annoying person on Facebook. And yes, I was able to get to Diamond with my warm market without adding to my network, but it got hard, you guys. I'm not going to lie to you, it got hard. It was hard for me to get to Diamond, and I was stagnant, not knowing how I'm going to get to 1-star Diamond, not knowing how to get to 2, 3, 4, and so on Diamond. So I knew I had to put on my big girl panties, and I had to make a change. I had to expand myself to these crazy, scary social media tactics of growing my network. So I'm going to list out ways that I personally started expanding my own network. I'm going to list out the ways that I started growing my network and how I think any new coach or any seasoned coach that's been doing this, but you haven't taken the right steps into growing your network, I'm going to give you step by step on what you need to do and how to do it without overwhelming yourself, okay? So the first thing I did, number one, the very first thing I did, and like I said, hope you're taking notes, but the first thing was, okay, you know that little search bar at the top of Facebook where you search friends, where you can go up there and type someone's friend or go to a group or whatever? I started typing people I may know, or friends of friends that live in Austin, or friends of friends that like traveling, friends of friends that like running, friends of friends that like the Spurs, because I am the biggest Spurs fan in the entire world. Don't hate me. Don't hate. So I utilized that search bar, and a ton of people came up. A ton of friends came up. So then I started sending friend requests to the ones that I knew weren't already Beachbody coaches. I started sending friend requests to these people, and I would do 3 to 7 to 10 people a day. But within 24 to 36 hours, if they didn't add me as their friend, if they didn't accept my friend request, I would then go back and cancel the friend request. Because not that I didn't want to connect with these people, but Facebook will limit you and throw you in Facebook jail if you have too many friend requests pending and people aren't accepting them or people are denying the friend request. So, but not only that, I'm looking to add people that are using social media. I'm looking for people that are just like me. So I need to be adding people who are on Facebook. So if they're not accepting my friend request within 24 to 36 hours, I'm thinking, I mean, I'm pretty cool. Why not add me? A. And then B, I'm thinking, well, they must not be on social media enough. And honestly, I'm looking for people who like social media. So I'm going to cancel the friend request. If in the future I try adding them again, great. But for right now, taking the friend request away. I always add friends of mutual friends because I can easily send a message to them. All right. Especially because a lot of times I'll send a friend request and they might send me a message first. And I can easily say something like, hey, I noticed we have so-and-so in common. And I feel like we know each other from high school or college. What high school did you go to? Or how do you know Johnny? Something like that. Or I ran into you at a party or an event. I'll say something like that. Like that's an icebreaker. That's how I start a conversation. Or I'll say, I noticed that we had so-and-so as a mutual friend, and I swear we had met each other before. So I'm sending you a friend request. I hope that's okay. And I've even gone to my husband's friends and said, hey, my husband knows you from high school, or my husband knows you from touring. Do you mind if I send you a friend request? You're going to feel creepy. You're going to feel weird. You're going to feel like one of those fake bot profiles on Facebook at first, but practice makes perfect. You keep doing it until you perfect that niche. It makes breaking the ice so much easier because you have a mutual friend to bring into the conversation. So even if you don't directly know this person, you can get to know them by asking questions on how they know your mutual friend. And this is something that just worked for me in the beginning. And it works because it helped me start talking to people. It helped me get outside my comfort zone without going too far and stretching to just jumping in and talking to complete strangers I have no one in common with. So this was the trend that worked for me in the very, very beginning. And then after that, after going through my mutual friends, I started running out of people to talk to. But this took a while. This probably took 6 months. I would say 4 to 6 months of going through mutual friends. So that's where you need to start. That is your very first place. Find friends of friends. The next thing I did, number 2, I wrote out a list of things that described me. Like things that really make me who I am to the core. I'm a mom. I'm a fitness fanatic. I have hypothyroid. I'm a Christian. I'm celiac. I love to travel. Those are things that make me me. Those are things that describe who Krystal Karmatz is. Okay? So then I went and I started finding those types of groups on Facebook. You can be a part of the P90X group and the Insanity group and all those groups all you want. Number 1, it's like 99% coaches. Number 2, it's going, and I'm sorry if you've done this, but I did it too. Like I go back and read my messages from my first year as a coach and I want to crawl in a hole and die. Or those groups are going to be filled with people saying, hey, I saw your post on the P90X site. I think you should become a coach. Okay? You don't want that. You want to find groups that define who you are, because these are the people that you're going to get you're going to get along with them. You're going to have things to talk about. Okay? So I joined these kind of groups and I started networking daily. I did not spam the groups. I did not post in the groups one thing about Beachbody, okay? I would actually ask people to add me as their friend through the group if we were participating in and like if I posted something and I had people going back and forth with me on posts, I would be like, hey, if you don't mind, just send me a friend request so I can get more information about this, And it worked. And guess what? And if people didn't respond to my request within a day or two, same thing as my first tactic I gave you, I would go and delete old friend requests, okay? And then I started doing this every single day, and I would add anywhere between 3 and 10 new people a day. And I just kept this process going, okay? So I need to reiterate this just in case you don't understand. I would go to groups like Fit Austin Moms. So I'm a part of this group called Fit Austin Moms, and it's all Austin, Texas moms who like to work out, however they want to work out. Okay. I have made so many connections through that group. It's unbelievable. And that's when I start building my network. I ask them to friend request me. I friend request them. I let them know, hey, we're both part of the Fit Austin Moms group on Facebook. I noticed you were talking about having hypothyroid and working out and what workouts you should be doing. I'm dealing with the same thing. Do you mind if we stay connected here? Boom, just like that. Once I had that handled, once I got the group thing handled, then I moved on to the very next thing, okay? And before I move on to number 3, just remember, you need to give yourself 30 to 60 days on each of these tactics before moving to the next one, all right? You have to get good at practicing your conversations with friends of friends, okay? You need to get good at practicing your conversations with strangers that you have things in common with. There's a whole process here. You are training yourself, you're practicing, you're getting more comfortable, you're getting outside your comfort zone. You need to learn how to not spam and how you add value to these people when you're speaking to them. Learn how to form them. I'm sure you've talked about form before, but get them added to your friend list. And then guess what? Once they're your friend, once they're on your Facebook list, they're going to see your Facebook post on a daily basis. And they're going to get the hint that you've got these amazing accountability groups that they can be a part of. They're going to see it. Let your newsfeed do the talking while you are making connections and building a relationship in private conversations, in private messaging. But you have to trust that process. You've got to be consistent in doing these things every single day. You're going to have people that don't respond. You're going to have people that don't get back to you, that think you're crazy. They don't accept your friend requests. So what? Some will, some won't. So what? Move on. Okay? Don't take it personal. Remember, I talked about it, thick skin in the beginning. You got to have it. Okay? So get good at number 1 and 2 because that's where you're practicing conversations. All right? And then you move on. Number 3 is when I started a YouTube channel. This was way outside my comfort zone. So the first thing I did was I made like a non-talking transformation video. So I was too afraid to talk to the camera. So I made a transformation video only using pictures, words, and music, like typed out words. That's it. And I've had thousands and thousands of views on it. And then I started getting more bold with my goals. And I started making videos about my life as a mom, about struggling with my nutrition. I posted videos of me working out. 4 years ago, I broke my ankle and I was in a boot up to my knee for 12 weeks. So for literally 3 months, I had to wear a boot. And so I started making videos on how I could have let the struggle get me down, but instead I was inspiring people by coming up with modified workouts. So, and I took it to my YouTube channel. And then I started on YouTube. If you don't have a YouTube, you can create tags. It's amazing how many people will find you with those tags that you use, okay? And then guess what? You link your YouTube to your Facebook. They add you as a friend on Facebook. Very, very simple. This has been a tactic that worked for me because I got consistent at YouTube. I would post videos twice a week. That became my goal. Post 2 videos a week. So people started looking forward to receiving a video every week from me. And so I don't know how many of you do this because I do it. I'm a big listener. I really don't like to read that much. So if you have something you can talk about, it can be anything. Like it can be anything you want to make a video about, you can share. It can be whatever your niche is. Maybe you're really good at making meal plans. Maybe you're really good at motivational speaking. Maybe you're really good at like potty training or whatever it is. Make a video on it. Like, that's something that people will connect with. It's going to make people like you. And it's amazing how many people will go to YouTube to get reviews on things, or go to YouTube to search how to blah, 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 versus going to a like a newsletter or, Google or whatever and reading stuff. They just want to listen to it. I know I'm a listener. I would rather listen to a webinar, listen to a YouTube video than have to read a document. That's just my personal preference. And other people do the same thing. So you can make videos of yourself talking about any topic that you want, whatever's going to make you relatable, whatever your niche is. And then guess what? If you're a part of those kind of groups that I just talked about in tactic number 2, you can go in there and post those kind of videos. You're not posting about Beachbody. You're not posting about sales and Shakeology. You're just saying, hey, this might be personal. I don't know. I'm just going to tell you, I've added myself to I'm 21 weeks pregnant. So I've been YouTubing videos about nursing and working out and keeping my calories up for after she's born, because I'm kind of freaking out about that. Like, I'm scared to death. So I've been YouTubing videos about how to do it. I'm a part of nursing groups on Facebook, and I've shared videos and put them in the nursing group. And then I started thinking to myself, oh my gosh, I could educate myself on this, and I can start sharing those kind of videos. And all it is giving some information and providing value to people in these groups. Okay? I know this is a lot of information, you guys. Remember, it's one step at a time. You will spend 30 to 60 days on each of these tactics. I'm just taking you through exactly what I did to build my network, from going to 200 or 300 friends on Facebook to maxing out at 5,000, to having close to 6,000 people on my like page, to having almost 5,000 people on my I think I have like 25,000 contacts across all of my platforms. This is exactly what I did. All right. Anyway, so once I got good at videos, once I got good at that whole tactic, I moved on to number 4. And that's when I started doing giveaways, okay? By this time, I had extra money that I could spend on cheap stuff from Beachbody. So when that Black Friday sale comes around in November, jump on it, because this is what I do. I will buy the stuff that goes on sale from Black Friday and use it as my giveaways. So I choose the items, whether it's like Cordastra, E&E, a program, if the program goes on super sale, anything cheap. I'll go to Target and buy resistance bands, maybe like 5 packets of Shakeology, a shaker cup, whatever it is. Like I said, loading up on Black Friday. And that's what I use for my giveaways during the year. So the first thing you do for your giveaway after you post it on your Facebook, you're going to tell people, the ones who want to participate, you tell people to comment below with their email address, okay? So now you got their name and their email on a list, which you should have a master list somewhere like Constant Contact or MailChimp, where you're keeping all of your contacts, your customers, your coaches, everything. What happens if Beachbody goes down? God forbid, what happens? What happens if crack is in Shakeology? All right? You got to have these names somewhere. You have to have names of people that you can be contacting, okay? What happens if your back office goes down? What happens if all those contacts get lost because there's an IT error? You need to have your contacts at somewhere. I keep mine in Constant Contact because that's what I use for my newsletter service. But anyway, number 1 is you tell people to comment below with their email address, okay? Number 2, you tell them to share your post. Number 3, tell them to add you as a friend if they're not already your friend, because you're going to be checking to make sure you are friends with everyone in the drawing. And then number 4, you're going to tell them to like your post. Okay. So I'm going to give you a little insight about Facebook. Facebook has this thing called your affinity or your popularity ranking. Okay. The more likes, the more comments, the more shares you have, the more popular you get, the more of a chance you have showing up on people's news feeds, the more possibility you're going to have to show up on people's news feeds that aren't even your friends. And it's because your post got so popular that it's gone viral. So every time I've done a giveaway, it goes viral and fast because people are sharing with their friends and their family. They're tagging people. And I've got all of these people sending me friend requests because the only way they can be a part of the drawing is if they send me a friend request. Okay? If they can't friend request you because you've maxed out, they need to be following you. And you're going to double check that they're following you. Okay? So then I started doing giveaways about twice a month. And like I said, I would spend $20 on a giveaway. And after I mastered that, which that took me a while to do giveaways. I worked on that one for a while because I was perfecting it. But now that I kind of told you how to do it, you'll tweak it to fit your personality. But that's just what worked for me. Okay. And like I said, remember, you're spending 30 to 60 days on each one of these. So by now, what did I do? Just do the number 4 tactic. So by now I'm at like month 7 or 8. So you've got 7 or 8 months worth of network marketing here, or expanding your network. Okay. I now have a handle over everything else, right? I have a handle over connecting with friends of friends, adding myself to groups, YouTube, doing giveaways. And now it's becoming easier. My conversations are becoming easier. I'm learning how to perfect my niche. I'm learning how to present myself. I'm learning how to speak in private messaging. So now I go to my very next one, and that is going to be Facebook like pages. A Facebook like page, okay? I was a coach for 2 years before I embarked on this. Before I got into like pages, I was a coach for 2 years. I created a like page, and then I said, yeah, I'm not doing this. This is too hard. And I didn't jump into it from the beginning because number 1, I didn't know how to run it. And number 2, I didn't like the idea of having to invest and boost posts and spend money on my page. I wanted to do what was free, and I wanted to have a handle on my other resources first. So I needed to learn how to talk to people. I needed to learn how to do 1 through 4 first. Okay? Number 1, it's free. Number 2, it got me to practice. Practice makes perfect. And then I moved on to my like page. And I knew I was going to have to do some major research to figure out how to run a Facebook like page, because it's ever evolving, just like Beachbody. It's ever revolving. And I didn't depend on my sponsor or anyone to train me on like pages. I just decided to make a commitment, train myself, Google it, YouTube it, whatever, figure it out. And guess what? I figured out what worked for me. And I figured out a system that filters in new contacts every single day. My like page probably grows by 1 to 200 people a week. I would say 1 to 200 people a week. That's how fast my like page is growing. Other coaches grow much faster. They might spend more money on sponsorships. I'll tell you exactly what I spend in just a minute. And like I said, another reason, you guys, wait to do like pages until you master the first tactics, because you have to invest in like pages to grow your like page network. It will not work. The way Facebook is set up and the way that Facebook has it running right now is that you have to run ads. You've got to boost posts, and that takes money. All right, to get quality likes on your page, to get quality people engaging, you have to invest to get the most out of your page. So for me personally, I'll tell you what I started doing. In the very beginning, when I started with my like page, in the very beginning, I started targeting my like page. You have to do this or you're going to get crazy liking your page. I started targeting women 24 to 45 in the United States and Canada, because that's where the opportunity is at, United States and Canada. I started targeting like diaper companies, mommy companies, different things like that, like different things that I knew my following liked. I started targeting people like me. And I allotted a certain amount of money from my paycheck every single week to set aside just for Facebook ads and sponsoring my boost. I used to do $3 a day for 4 or 5 days a week. That's what I started at. That's what I started doing. And now I've upped it and I'll do $10 or $20 a day. And I'll boost my post. I'll run ads. So if you do a like page, you have to be willing to advertise, you guys. So that's why I say utilize your free resources first. Once you've been doing this, once you have grown a following, then do a like page, because Facebook is set up right now where your post on a like page will not make it to the news feed if you're not sponsoring. And that's because Facebook wants like pages to be businesses that are willing to pay them. So they will block people from making it to the news feed if you have a like page and you're posting from it and you're not spending money. So spend the minimum, spend $2 a day, spend $3 a day, whatever it is, to sponsor a post. Also, like I said, another reason you want to filter and target an audience is so you can stay away from bots and creepy profiles. I don't know. I get proposed to, like literally proposed to on Facebook, and get weird messages all the time from people I don't know. So I filter my page to target certain people so I continue to grow a quality audience. So I continue to grow and I continue to have people liking my page that are quality, that are engaging, that talk to me. So you have your like page. You've got one set up. You're running posts. You're boosting your posts. Here's the deal. People will not follow you or click like or comment if you are not posting quality content. Okay? If you're not posting what they're there for, they're not gonna follow you. They're gonna unlike your page. Think about the content before you post. We talked about this on the last training, attraction marketing. Use that training for creating your content. Create content that engages, okay? I use Pinterest. I ask questions. I take a lot of selfies and put words on it. But that's what I do. That's how I use my like page, and I post on it every single day. You guys can go look at my like page. I think you did last time. You can look at my Facebook profile. You can see what I'm doing. You can see what I'm posting. I don't even care if you copy and paste what I do. Honestly, all my trainings and everything I do is wide open. So if you want to get some ideas, make it your own, put a twist on it, post it on your Facebook, go for it. All right. Once I got good at Facebook like pages, I moved on to the very last thing, and that's Instagram. And Instagram is more than taking pretty pictures of your workouts or your food or whatever. Okay? Instagram is my number one way of gaining followers on Facebook. I take my Instagram connections, take them to email, take them to Facebook. That's like my system. Hey, I'll send you an email with my recipe. What's your email? Oh, you want to know more about coaching? I'll send you a quick email about this. What's your email? I'll send you more info. From there, in my email, I'll say, oh, are we Facebook friends? Or are we already friends on Facebook? Go add me real quick. And then, boom, there we go, Facebook. All right? So, Instagram, more than pretty pictures, more than pretty food, okay? You need to research hashtags, figure out what your target audience is hashtagging, okay? This tactic is a little more time consuming because using generic hashtags like P90X or fitness, it's going to bring up millions of people that are hashtagging P90X because, hello, everyone knows what P90X is. Not only that, it's going to be a bunch of coaches. It's just going to be people that you're not necessarily targeting. Yes, that's your program of choice. Yes, it changed your life. Yes, that is what started your transformation story. But you are more than P90X, okay? So I personally get specific with my hashtags. So they're not going to be Beachbody related. I will hashtag Fit Moms Rock, Fit Prego Mom, Pregnant and Fit, Fit and Tattooed, because I've got like a whole like tattoo thing going on everywhere. Hypothyroid Mama, stuff like that. Those are my hashtags that I use that target an audience that's like me outside of Beachbody, because I'm not a billboard for Beachbody. I am my own brand. All right. See, you've got to use hashtags that are unique, not so broad. You need to target your audience with your hashtags, okay? But the time-consuming part of all of this is finding people and liking their photos, okay? So I do my 5-3-1 rule. This is my 5-3-1 rule on Instagram. It works like a charm. I grow really, really fast. I have 2 things that I do that's having me grow really fast. First one is 5-3-1. I will use one of my hashtags. So say I use Fit and Pregnant. That's my hashtag I use, Fit and Pregnant. I will then go to other people who are hashtagging that. I will find a profile. I will like 5 of their pictures, comment on 3, and that usually gets me 1 new follower. You can see, time consuming. So what I'll do is I'll copy and paste comments to make it go faster, okay? And then my second tip for growing is there's programs like Likestagram that will auto-like pictures for you that are within, and you get to choose which hashtags you want this auto program to start liking, all right? And it's going to like photos in real time. So I've been doing this for the past couple of weeks, and I have gained, I think in 2 weeks, I've gained over 200 followers. And it's because I have I guess it's like a bot I signed up for. And it, throughout the day, if people are hashtagging these, I set up 20 hashtags that I want this bot to go and like people's photos who are hashtagging these certain hashtags, okay? And because I'm liking these photos, people have started following me. I've gained 200 new followers in 2 weeks. That's 200 new people that see my post on Instagram. 200. But it's time consuming. That is time consuming, especially when you're doing the Likestagram, the bot, you just set it up and it runs. It just goes on its own. But the 5-3-1 rule, that is time consuming. I would spend an hour on Instagram until I got it down. And now I've just gotten really good at it. I've just gotten quick. Like I said, I'll copy and paste, similar comments on different profiles. And it gets people to follow me. And then we start connecting, and then we start conversations. And I'll either take them from email to Facebook, or I'll just go straight to Facebook with them. Anyway, so get good at the first tactics, you guys. I know that was a lot. There was just 6 of them, 1 through 6. Get good at those first. Get good at those in order. There's a system. It's just like a workout. You've got to do it in a system, all right? I've now moved on to email lists, and I'm trying blogging. I'm just too ADD for blogging. But email lists, newsletters, that's the next thing to do. But you can see there are a ton of things that you can be doing to grow your network. That's like 2 years worth of stuff that you can be using to grow your network. Don't get distracted and discouraged by all of the shiny things out there. Don't think that you need to do everything at one time. Take it one step at a time, one tactic at a time, okay? Get confident with every single one of them. You have to be confident in how you speak to friends of friends and how you speak to your friends in your groups. You have to get confident if you're making YouTube videos. You have to get confident in everything you're doing, because if your message isn't confident on your social media platforms, forget about it. Okay? Confident people are going to look at you and be like, well, she's kind of shaky in what she's telling me. I don't know if I should believe her. And you believe in your soul, you believe, but because you haven't practiced it, it's not going to come off as confident. Okay? Fake it till you make it. I'm 5 years into this, and I'm just now an expert at every single one of these. It's going to take time to get these down. But the great thing is Beachbody's not going anywhere. The great thing is that you can go and grow your network fast if you're spending an hour on this a day. I encourage you to spend 2 hours, but that's just me because I love this so much. But an hour a day, spend an hour a day doing 1 through 6, like doing 1, and then 2 months later, spend an hour a day doing tactic 2. You're going to grow your network exponentially. You're going to see your social media just explode with new eyeballs, okay? Apply as you learn. Don't wait until your ducks are in a row. Apply as you learn. Make mistakes. Keep going. Stay consistent. You can't sign up and do all of these at one time. So I'm really, really hoping that this helps managing and expanding your network, because growing our network, especially using Facebook. Facebook is like king here, okay? It is so crucial. If you want to grow fast and furious, you got to start with the basics, okay? You guys, this is a big priority for me. I have grown my business 99% online, but I couldn't expect to be great at these things without planning out time for each one, focusing on one at a time. And I'm okay with that. And you have to be okay with that. You have to be okay with being a beginner. You have to be okay with being a student and doing one at a time. If you're trying to do it all at once, you're going to be scattering yourself so thin that you're going to, and like, pardon my French, but if you're scattering yourself so thin, you're going to be doing a half-assed job. You're going to get half-assed results. And that's just how it goes. One at a time, you guys. One at a time, one day at a time, one step at a time. All right? Hopefully that helped. And I'll open it up for questions because I know I gave a lot of information.
Before we open it up, I got one question for you. I'm going to go out on a limb here and say that to do everything you just talked about, you have to have time management skills in check. You have to schedule your Beachbody time.
Or you have to schedule your sit down and social media time. Or I'm going to spend this hour connecting with friends of friends on Facebook, and set a time limit and be done.
And I want them to hear this from you as well. In addition to doing all that, you still did your 3 vital behaviors of fighting. Because a young coach in personal development, I can see coaches getting so excited about this. They spend 3 to 4 hours a day doing it, and they forget personal development. They forget their invites. They forget the product of the product. So I want them to hear that from you, because they hear that crap from me all the time.
Yes. Okay, you guys. Let me pull up my cell phone. Okay, here it is. I'm not kidding. Todd's not kidding here. Okay. And why is it freezing? Of course. As soon as I need my cell phone and my calendar, it freezes. Okay. So it's not pulling up, but I literally, if I have an hour a day, I will break it down to the minute. 15 minutes, personal development. 15 minutes, inviting. 15 minutes, adding friends to my network. 15 minutes, responding to emails.
You can't.
And I set a timer.
Yeah, you can't rob from Peter to pay Paul.
You can't. Multitasking, here's the deal. People are like, I'm an excellent multitasker. And I'm like, good for you. But do you ever get the job done 100%? Are you ever able to give it your all? Where, like I said, if you're halfway doing it, you're gonna get half results. So like, you have to sit down Schedule your Beachbody time. Time management is so crucial. So, so crucial, you guys. Plan it out to a T. If you've got 2 hours a day, if you've got 30 minutes a day, you need to figure out, okay, today I've got 30 minutes. What's going to move my business from point A to point B by my 30-minute work today? What do I need to focus on today? And schedule it. Turn off Facebook notifications. Turn your phone off. There is if you go to Google, if you use Google Chrome, there's actually an extension that you can put, and it will kill your timeline on Facebook. You can't see any posts that anyone makes. Pretty cool. Because I get sucked into the timeline vortex. So, time management, key, you guys.
All right, I'm going to let you guys unmute if you have questions. My hard drive is filling up according to my Mac. So we've got all of this recorded, but I don't know how much more it's going to record.
Okay.
But we've got the meat of it, so that's all that matters.
Perfect.
Questions.
And if you could keep your questions too, if she went over something, you can go back and listen to the recording. So don't ask her something that she's already repeated.
Yeah.
So, sorry.
Yeah, because we'll post the recording. But if anybody has a quick question, go for it.
Yeah, I've got something. So as far as like when you're working on like number 1 or number 2, how are you like tracking these new people that you meet on Facebook? Because I know you said about constant contact, but I think that's more where you get to like you're doing email addresses. So how do you manage the Facebook people?
Okay, so I have an Excel doc. Actually, I use Google. It's not Google Docs. What is it for
Google
Excel?
Is it a list?
Google List? No. Google, it's the Excel one. Google. Okay, so not Google Docs, whatever the Excel one is. That way I can update it from any device. So my cell phone, iPad, MacBook, iMac, whatever. That's how I track people. I will put their name, the date that we started conversation. I will put what we talked about, their contact information, and the expected date of follow-up. Follow-up is the key. So yeah, that's what I do. Every single person that I speak to, not every person that I send a friend request to, but as soon as I start speaking to them and have an engaging conversation, they go on my list. Name, contact information, what we talked about, date we talked, and expected follow-up date.
So that's like when you actually get a response from them, that's when they go on your list?
Yep, that's when they go on my list.
And then just one other thing. So like as you're, talking to these people and form a relationship, at what point do you go from that to like you actually inviting them to a group or a coaching sneak peek or whatever it may be?
Yeah, so sometimes it's like 3 days and sometimes it's 3 weeks and sometimes it's 3 months. I wait for cues. As coaches, we've got to be listeners, not talkers. Like we guide a conversation by asking questions, but we've got to listen to responses. So my cues are always trying to lose weight, struggling, having to work 50 hours a week, being in debt, needing accountability, stuff like that. I listen for cues. And that's when I immediately say, have you ever considered joining an online accountability group? Have you ever considered, doing what I do and becoming a Beachbody coach? I don't know if you know anything about it, but have you ever considered it? Just a simple question like that.
Thanks.
Mm-hmm.
What's the Autobot like program called?
Oh, Likestagram.
Likestagram?
Likestagram.
Yeah, can I type it somewhere? Is there a type thing?
Here, I'll do it.
Okay.
Tell me if this is right, Krystal, I think.
Hey, Krystal, look what I still have.
Oh.
All right, Likestagram. I just put it in the chat. I think I spelled it right.
Yep, that's it.
All right.
That's it.
Got time for
Can I
one
ask
more?
a quick question?
Go ahead.
I had a quick question. I wanted to ask you if you ever use Craigslist or post ads on Craigslist or anything like that.
No. I definitely don't do anything like that. I think Craigslist and all of those are against policy, right?
It's against the sell. You can post stuff like for fit clubs on.
Oh, for fit clubs, absolutely. Yeah, for fit clubs and meetings and get-togethers, absolutely. But if you're like trying to sell a product, no. But I've never done it because I am lazy. I just like Facebook and Instagram and yeah.
All right, time for one more. Anybody else? Once, twice. So I'm going to throw.
Real quick,
Go ahead.
that Google thing is not Google Doc. Is it called Google Drive? When
No,
you're talking-
look, I have it open right now. I'll tell you.
It might be Google Sheet.
Yeah, Google Sheets. Google Sheets.
okay.
There we go.
Not
Google
Google
Sheets.
Drive. It's Google Sheets.
Yeah, Google Sheets is the
Right.
Excel, and almost every code that works in Excel works on Google Sheets.
All right.
So, Krystal, I got something for you since you dropped so much knowledge.
I know, like mind blown.
Yeah, I want to give you two things that you should check out for you that will also help organize what you're doing because we just started using it. One of them, you ever heard of Zendesk?
Yeah, I think I've heard Shalene talk about that. I'm gonna write it down though.
Yeah, Zendesk will actually, it's you tie it into your Facebook email and any of your business email addresses, so you can tie in every single email address from all of your business centers and your Facebook page. Anytime somebody messages you on Facebook or sends you an email, it goes into Zendesk, and all the emails go into one place. And when you reply from Zendesk, if it's a Facebook message, it goes back as if it was a Facebook reply. So it replies. So, and I got another one that's even better. That's really going to flip your lid.
What's nice about Zendesk too is, I don't know if you just do the business by yourself or your husband does anything, but I can assign stuff to Todd. He can assign stuff to me. I can take it, like I'll take it and put it as mine, and I can do like an internal note to let he know, look, I'm working on this. Don't respond to this person. It's mine. I'm handling it, that kind of thing.
And you can load in what they call macros, which are like we always get people that email us through Facebook, hey, I want to be in your next challenge group, and it may be somebody that we don't know. And you can load in macros, which are preloaded responses. So like we have one labeled challenge group question, and it's like this long email that's written out that we write all the time. That's like
an autoresponder.
Yeah, it's like an autoresponder, but we put it in there manually, and then we can edit it if we want to, and then we send it back, and it saves us time on typing. The other thing, which we just signed up for, that I think you're going to really like, we're messing with it right now. It's called Nimble, Nimble. It costs like $15 a month, which is not that bad.
Yeah.
And you add it as a Chrome extension. And anytime it goes out there and searches people on Facebook and Twitter, and like, let's say you have a contact, you sync it up with your Constant Contact or MailChimp or whatever. You sync it up with your Facebook, your Twitter, your Instagram, everything. And as you're talking to people, it logs every single contact you've had with that person. It shows you every email you've sent them. It shows you every Facebook interaction you've had. It goes out and finds their social media platform. So like if you're talking,
so it would probably replace that Google Sheets, to be honest.
It actually would, because basically it stores.
It's your tracker.
Yeah, it's a tracker. But like let's say you're on Facebook, or somebody sends you an email, and let's say it's Joe Scott. It'll actually go on Facebook and look for every Joe Scott on Facebook, and it'll say, is this him? Is this him? Is this him? Until it finds him. And then it'll show you their LinkedIn page, their Google Plus page.
Oh,
and
nice.
You can add all that stuff in, and you can create a file. So anytime, now all of a sudden, every time you talk to Joe Nimble or Joe Scott, Nimble has every communication you've ever had with him.
That's so cool.
It even shows you their social, like if you go on, like if you're in Nimble, you can pull up Joe Scott. It'll show you his most recent Facebook feed right there in Nimble. It's like, it's amazing. Like I
haven't messed with it.
I love social media.
But like you can go over a company. It'll tell you like if it's a company out there, like a local gym. It'll tell you what their revenue was, any public records. It's like crazy the shit that it pulls up.
Oh my God, I'm so excited.
And they do free webinars where they'll actually show you how it works. So just, if nothing else, sit in on one of their free webinars.
Yeah, just watch.
Yeah, Nimble, Nimble. Let me know what you think.
Okay, I will. Everyone's leaving me. My whole family's leaving this weekend, and I'm home alone, so I'll probably be a dork and do this.
Yeah, I felt like as much knowledge as you dropped, I'm like, man, I at least need to give you something to walk away with.
Yeah, those are key. I cannot wait to do my research.
Yeah, I appreciate the Likestagram. I'm going to be getting that puppy tonight.
Oh, it's amazing. Like, and so that Instagram won't even know that it's a bot because they'll only like maybe like 8 to 10 pictures at a time. And then it'll go away, and then a couple hours later it'll like 8 to 10 pictures at a time. So it's like you're really on Instagram and you're really liking photos in real time.
So one last question, if you don't mind. I'm
Yeah.
curious your thoughts on Periscope.
Mm.
You don't like it?
Okay, so I jumped on the bandwagon in the beginning, but I'm gonna make an excuse. Dang it. I don't have time for it when I should. I mean, I did it in the beginning. When it was only like a week old, I did it for probably a month.
Right.
And I got some new followers out of it, but I'm so ADD. I'm paying attention to what people are saying, and I can't get focused to keep talking about my topic. Like, I need to figure out how to structure what I'm talking about and I just need to know what to talk about because I'm just everywhere.
So, well, you can turn the chat feature off, right?
Yeah, I knew that.
Okay. What if I told you that there was a plugin that will, every time you do a Periscope video, it automatically uploads it to your YouTube channel for you, and it creates a blog post on your WordPress site based off the Periscope, and you don't have to do a thing.
Okay, what is it?
I'll have to. I honestly can't remember the name of it. I'll send it to you. We literally just installed it on our social. Our marketing girl just found it, and she went out and she was like, "Hey, I found something that might be cool with Periscope." So we literally just installed it this week. But I know that it's supposed to automatically upload your Periscope to YouTube. So then all your YouTube followers are now seeing your Periscopes as well. And
nice.
I don't have it done a lot of Periscoping, but like when I do it, I try to keep it short and sweet because I know Danielle's real big into it, and she's got Sean doing it a lot. And like
I watch them.
Like, usually if Danielle's onto something, I usually pay attention. So like when she started talking about it, she's real big into Periscope, and so that's how I started getting into it.
I want to get into it. I really do, but I start seeing the chats, and then you've got creepy people from Turkey that are like saying inappropriate things, and I'm just like, I don't have time to mess with this. Like, I don't want to hear or I guess not hear, but see like these creepers and constantly have to block them because I don't want my audience seeing it. Like I was just, I got turned off by it.
Yeah, I haven't had that problem yet, but I could see that being a problem for women. Probably more so than guys, because I could see that, and I hate to say that, but it's true. I mean, it is.
Like I feel like I need to have my jacket like this, and I need to have on like a hoodie, and like I need to like.
I love it. All right. So I just wanted to share that with you. I'll find out what that thing is for Periscope, and I'll send it to you.
Okay, perfect. Love it.
Krystal, you are a freaking rock star. I really. Like, I cannot wait. I want to meet. I'm not going to be at leadership, and I'll tell you why.
I'm not either. I'm not going either.
Then good. Then I don't feel bad. But we got to get together.
Absolutely.
We got to make sure we keep networking.
Something, for sure.
I'm going to see you next week. Is it next week that I'm doing your call?
Yeah, next week.
Okay. Awesome. So I'll be talking to you. But thank you.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you all so much. I really appreciate it.
You were amazing.